Cauchy's mean value theorem. First, you see that statement. So here it is the statement of Cauchy's mean value theorem. Yes. Let's see the statement of this one. So here it is. We'll choose two functions on. If if f from closed interval a comma b to r and c from closed interval a comma b to r are are such that so it means two functions we are choosing here. Those functions are f and gm, and that f is mapping from closed interval a comma b to r, and g is also mapping from closed interval a comma b to r naught. So two functions here we are choosing f as well as gm. So then it is which conditions has to satisfy, right? Such that if you are writing means obviously it has to satisfy the conditions. What are those conditions has to satisfy? First one, f and g. F is nothing but f of x and g is nothing but g of x are continuous are continuous continuous in the closed interval a comma b, in the interval a comma b. So whatever the functions we are choosing, those two functions must be continuous one. And second one, f and g. So f of x and g of x are derivable or differentiable or differentiable or differentiable on open interval a comma b. So those two functions derivative has to be exist in that specific interval. After applying the derivative, that should be existed one should be finite one in that specific interval. And here it is third condition also there. What about the third condition is here it is having g dash of x. So it means after finding the derivative, that should be not equal to 0 for all x belongs to open interval a comma b. It means whatever the interval we are choosing, if you substitute any value in this derivative of g, that should be not equal to 0. So these three conditions has to satisfy none. Then, so then there exists, you can write it in word notation or simply we can use this. There exists at least one, so there exists in the sense obviously at least one real number, at least one real number c belongs to open interval a comma b. C belongs to open interval a comma b such that f dash of c by g dash of c is equal to f dash of c by g dash of c is equal to, here it is having simply we can write f of b minus f of a by b, g of b minus g of m, f of b minus f of a by g of b minus g of a. So this is the statement of Cauchy's mean value theorem. Here it is how many functions we are choosing. Two functions we are choosing. The functions are f and g, and those functions are defined on a specific interval that is nothing but a comma b. So those are the two functions, and these two functions has to satisfy the following conditions. What are those two? What are those conditions? The two functions must be continuous in closed interval a comma b, and those two functions derivative has to be exist on the open interval a comma b, and third one, g dash of x must be not equal to 0 for all x belongs to open interval a comma. It means if you are taking any interval, that interval, if you substitute any value between that interval, that derivative of g must be not equal to 0. If you are getting 0 means obviously that function is not satisfying the condition of Cauchy's mean value theorem. If these three conditions satisfies, at least one c belongs to open interval a comma b such that, and that point should satisfy the condition. What is that condition? F dash of c by g dash of c is equal to f of b minus f of a by g of b minus g of a. So simply we can say that this is a special case of Lagrange's also we can say that. Suppose here it is having, if we are taking when g of x is equal to x. When g of x is equal to x, suppose I am choosing the function is g of x is equal to x1, then Cauchy's mean value theorem reduces into Cauchy's mean value theorem reduces to Lagrange's mean value theorem. Cauchy's mean value theorem reduces to C dash Lagrange's mean value theorem. Reduces to Lagrange's mean value theorem. Lagrange's mean value theorem. So whenever if you are taking the function g is x, then Cauchy's mean value theorem reduces into Lagrange's mean value theorem. If you see that the formula also looking like as that, so there it is, f dash of c is equal to simply what we are writing, f of b minus f of a by b minus a. There it is. And here also same thing, you'll get it as it is, right? If you are taking g of x is equal to x is nothing but obviously this is continuous one and this is derivable. And if you find g dash of x is equal, simply what we'll get, g dash of x is equal to 1 not equal to 0. And if you substitute in that, simply what we'll get, f dash of c by, so g dash of cm. So what about g dash of x here, it is having 1. So g dash of c is nothing but 1. So this is equal to f of b minus f of a by g of b minus g of m. So what about g of x here, it is having g of x is nothing but x. It means in place of x you need to substitute b, then you get g of b. So that is b, and if you substitute in place of x as a, then you get a. So then simply what we got it, did you get that Lagrange's condition or not? F dash of c is equal to f of b minus f of a by gp minus a. So this is the only the condition we use in Lagrange's mean value theorem. So that only here it is saying if the function g of x is equal to x, then the Lagrange Cauchy's mean value theorem reduces into what? Lagrange's mean value theorem only. Okay, so this is the one. So here it is. This is the statement. So statement already I said what we said, the roles, Lagrange's and Cauchy's mean value theorem statements are very important. So these are the mean value theorems also we'll say. So generally Lagrange's mean value theorem, we'll say call it as a mean value theorem. And these are the special cases of those two. Okay. So here it is having next one. Let us see the problems on this. First one, verify Cauchy's mean value theorem. First problem, if you are taking that, verify Cauchy's mean value theorem. Verify Cauchy's mean value theorem for the function x square, for the functions x square and x cube, x square and x cube in the interval 1 comma 2, in the interval 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2. So this is the one. So here it is having, so for applying Cauchy's mean value theorem, how many functions we require? 2 functions we require, and we are choosing those 2 functions, and then we need to verify none. So before going to verify, first we need to check these conditions satisfying those 3 conditions or not. So first I am giving the names for the given functions as, let f of x is equal to x square and g of x is equal to x cube. G of x is equal to x cube. And next we have to see that the interval. So what about the interval here it is having? The interval is 1 comma 2. So the interval is, what about the interval they give? So the interval is a comma b is equal to 1 comma 2. So just we are comparing with that. So that is nothing but simply what we can choose. A is equal to 1 and b is equal to 2. So a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2. So whatever the functions they give, are they polynomials or not? X square and x cube both are polynomials. So obviously what will happen? Those two are continuous, right? So clearly f and g are, clearly f of x and g of x are continuous, right? Are continuous, in the interval 1 comma 2. It means if you substitute any value between 1 and 2, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.9, if you substitute any values in these functions, are you getting definite value or not? So obviously we'll say that these two functions are continuous one. And next, for finding the derivative, for checking the differentiability, first we are going to calculate the derivative. So f dash of x is equal, here it is having x square. So d by dx of x square is nothing but simply we are using the formula for d by dx of x power n into x power n minus 1. So it means simply what we got it, 2x. And in the same way, g dash of x is equal, simply what we can write, x cube. Same power rule we can apply this one, and then d by dx of x cube is equal, simply what we'll get, 3 into x square. So these are they derivable or not? So do you get any infinite value if you substitute values between 1 and 2? No, if I substitute 1.5, 2 into 1.5 and 3 into 1.5 whole square, we get only finite values. We never get any infinite values. So for that, simply what we can write, f and g are f and z are differentiable, or f of x and g of x are. F of x and g of x are differentiable on the interval, open interval 1 comma 2, open interval 1 comma 2 none. Okay, so on the interval 1 comma, on the interval 1 comma 2 ohm. So these are the two conditions. Now we need to check the third condition. What about third condition? G dash of x not equal to 0. So simply what we can write here, it is having g dash of x is equal. What we got it there? G dash of x, simply we got it as, there it is having 3x square, right? G dash of x is equal 3x square. So is this equal to 0 in the given interval? So for all x belongs to, what about the interval they give? 1 comma 2. So here it is, if you substitute any value in that, we get 0. No. So which is simply what we'll write, not equal to 0 for all x belongs to open interval 1 comma 2. So it means that if you substitute any value in place of x between 1 and 2, you may not get 0. So for that, three conditions satisfies. So simply what we can write, thus f and z, thus f and z satisfy the conditions, satisfy the conditions of Cauchy's mean value theorem. Conditions of Cauchy's mean value theorem. Okay, so is it satisfying or not? So here it is saying first condition is continuous, second condition is derivable, and third condition is d dash of x is not equal to 0 for all x belongs to open interval 1 comma 2. So now we can verify this one. So for verification, here it is having, just you can put the heading verification. Simply you can take verification. Here it is having what I require, f dash of c I require, and g dash of c, f of b and f of m. So here it is, since what about a and b? So a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 2, right? A is equal to 1, b is equal to 2. And what are the functions we have? F of x is equal to x square they give, and g of x is equal to what they give? X cube. So f of x is equal to x square and g of x is equal to x cube. Now you can substitute the values in that. Here it is having f of 1 is equal to 1 square. So this is equal to 1, and in the same way f of 2 is equal to 2 square. If you substitute in that, we'll get it as 4. In the same way, g of 1 is equal, so what we get, 1 cube is equal to 1, and g of 2 is equal to, here it is having 2 cubes, so that is nothing but 8, right? So here it is. Now what we know, that here it is having the verification, in the sense, of course already we calculated f dash of x and g dash of x also. So f dash of x is nothing but, here it is having, so 2x x square derivative, and g dash of x is 3x square. Now you can take the statement of that, f dash of c by g dash of c is equal f of b minus f of a by g of b minus g of a, right? F of b minus f of a by g of b minus g of a. And here it is having f dash of c is nothing but, so simply here it is, first you can write f dash of x, we know that that is nothing but 2c by and g dash of c is nothing but 3c square is equal to f of bm. So b is nothing but here it is having 2 and a is nothing but 1. So f of 2 minus f of 1 by g of 2 minus g of 1. So here it is there any cancel? 1c and 1c cancel. Then what we have remaining? 2 by 3c is equal. Already we calculated this, right? F of 2 is nothing but what? 4. And f of 1 is nothing but what? 1. So 4 minus 1 by g of 2 is nothing but 8 and g of 1 is nothing but 1. And simply what we'll get here is having 2 by 3c is equal 4 minus 1 is nothing but 3 and 8 minus 1 is nothing but 7. Now cross multiply this one. If you cross multiply this, what you'll get? So 2 into 7 is nothing but 14 and 3 into 3 is nothing but 9. So 9c is equal to 14. C is equal to 14 by 9. 14 by 9. So 14 by 9 is nothing but you may get it as here it is having 1 point. Okay, 1 point something. So it means obviously is this lies in this interval or not? Let us see that here it is having is this belongs to 1 comma 2 or not? This is the given interval, right? So c equal to 14 by 9, 1 point something. Obviously this is lies in the interval 1 comma 2. Hence what we can write? Hence Cauchy's mean value theorem verified. So simply what we can write? Hence Cauchy's mean value theorem is verified. Same like as Rolls and Lagrange's how we verified, same like that. So as per this statement, first we need to check three conditions are satisfying or not. If three conditions are satisfying that, then we need to go for verification. So for verification, we have to use the condition f dash of c by g dash of c is equal to f of b minus f of a by g of b minus g of a. By taking that, you need to find the value of c. And if that whatever the value we got it, if that value is lies in the interval 1 comma 2 or whatever the interval they give, then simply will say that it is verified. Okay, so this is the one. Next question. Find C of Cauchy's mean value theorem. Or simply you can verify this one also. Verify Cauchy's mean value theorem. Verify Cauchy's mean value theorem. Cauchy's mean value theorem for the following functions. For the following pair of functions. For the following pair of functions. So let us see that first one. So here it is. First one is f of x is equal to e power x. G of x is equal to e power minus x in the interval a comma b. In the interval a comma b. And second one, f of x is equal to root x and g of x is equal to 1 by root x in the interval a comma b, and a should be less than b and a comma b are greater than 0. And here it is having these are the two functions. Here it is having, of course, they asked to find c value only by using with Cauchy's mean value theorem. Here we mentioned verify. Okay, so obviously we know that all exponential functions are continuous one and derivable one. Okay, so for that here it is having clearly first one you can write. So clearly first one clearly f of x and g of x, clearly f of x and g of x are continuous functions in the interval a comma bm, in the interval a comma b. And now second one is, so what we need to test, we need to find the derivatives of this. F dash of x is equal e power x derivative is nothing but e power x itself, and g dash of x is equal e power minus x derivative is e power minus x, and the derivative of minus x is minus 1. So it means simply what we'll get, minus c power minus x. Both the derivatives existed. So f dash of x existed and z dash of x also existed. So for that simply we can write f and g are derivable or differentiable on open interval a comma b. So differentiable on open interval a comma bm. And next the third condition. So what about third condition? F dash of c is equal. F dash of c is sorry, not to f dash of c. We need to find g dash of x. G dash of x is equal e power minus x derivative of simply what we get, minus e power minus x, which is not equal to 0 for all x belongs to open interval a comma bm. So three conditions satisfies. So then simply we need to go for verification. So before that first we can write thus the conditions of thus the conditions of Cauchy's mean value theorem are satisfied are satisfied by the given functions. Now we need to go for verification. So here it is, first one, verification. Here it is having simply what we have to write. Verification is nothing but we need to find f dash of c by g dash of c is equal f of b minus f of a by g of b minus g of a. So f of b minus f of a by g of b minus g of a. So here it is having. Already we calculated f dash of x and g dash of x. Now you can substitute in that. So f dash of x is equal nothing but what we got it, e power x. So simply here it is having f dash of c is nothing but what we can write, e power c. Right, so there it is, we got it as f dash of x is equal e power x as it is, and g dash of x is equal to minus e power minus x. So f dash of c is nothing but simply what we can write, e power c by minus e power minus c is equal, f of b is nothing but e power b minus e power a by e power minus b minus e power minus c. Right, so this one only we got it. Now we need to simplify this one. So here it is having, so here it is minus, take this one into numerator. If you take that one into numerator, minus e power c into e power cm, right? So here it is having negative 1. So when it comes to numerator, it changes to positive 1. So for that, e power minus e power c into c is equal to e power b minus e power a by, and this is nothing but, can you write this one as 1 by e power b my 1 by e power a. Simply we can write like this, a inverse is nothing but what we can write, 1 by a. In the same way, here it is having e power minus b is nothing but, can you write this one as e power b whole inverse or not? And this is nothing but simply what we can write, 1 by e power bm. In the same way, e power minus a also we wrote it as 1 by e power am. Okay, and then here it is, we need to simplify this one. If you observe this, this is in the form of a power m into a power n. So that is nothing but simply what we can write, a power m plus n. In the same way, here it is having minus e power c plus c is equal, here it is e power b minus e power a by, so take LCM, here it is. If you take LCM, what will get, e power b into e power a, and how many times it goes, one time. So e power a minus e power bm. And now, so minus c power c plus c is nothing but simply what we can write, 2c e power c plus c. And then here it is having, if you take minus as common one, what will get, minus of e power a minus e power b by, so e power a minus e power b by, so this is also what we can write, apply a power m into a power n, simply what we call it as e power b plus a. And next, if you observe that here it is minus minus both will cancel, and then what we have remaining, e power 2c is equal to, here also if you observe that a power minus a power b e power a minus e power, and this one comes to numerator. So e power simply what will get, b plus a or a plus b. Is there any change, 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2? No change. So for that, b plus a or a plus b. And if you observe that here it is having Both bases are equal, so we can equate the powers. So for that, simply we can write 2c is equal to a plus bm, and then c is equal to, here it is having a plus b by 2, a plus b by 2. Obviously, is this lies inside this interval or not? Suppose if we are taking interval 2 comma 3, so like let a is equal to 2 I am choosing, and b is equal to 3 I am giving. So here it is having the interval is 2 comma 3. So if we add those two, simply what we'll get, c is equal to 2 plus 3 by 2 is nothing but 5 by 2, which is nothing but 2.5. Is this lies between 2 comma 3 or not? Right? So obviously, if you take any value, not only 2 and 3, I have chosen as 2 and 3. If you want, you can choose, but always must be less than bm. So 3 4 or 4 9 or 6 9 or 9 10. Like that, you can choose any values which is having the condition a less than b. Like that, you can choose the values and substitute. You'll get obviously the value lies between these two intervals. So c is equal, we got it as a plus b by 2. Obviously this is lies between a and b. Simply what we can write, hence Cauchy's mean value theorem verified. Hence Cauchy's mean value theorem is verified. It's this is. Next question, you can see that here it is whatever the which functions again, f of x is equal to root x and g of x is equal to 1 by root x. Next one. So here it is having, now you have to take the functions. So here it is having f of x is equal to, second one, let f of x is equal to root x and g of x is equal to 1 by root x, right? F of x is equal to root x and g of x is equal to 1 by root x, and the interval is a comma b, same like as previous one. So here it is simply what we can write, clearly f of x and g of x are continuous. Why? Because you never get infinity, there it is, f of x and g of x are continuous. Why? Because a less than b and a greater than 0, b greater than 0 are continuous, in the interval a comma bm. And next we need to find the derivatives of this. What about f dash of x? F dash of x is equal nothing but d by dx of root x. Root x is nothing but simply what we can write, x power 1 by 2. So if you apply derivative, what we'll get, 1 by 2 into x power 1 by 2 minus 1. So this is equal 1 by 2 into x power minus 1 by 2. So that is nothing but simply what we got it, f dash of x is equal to 1 by 2 into, and when it comes to denominator it changes to x power 1 by 2. That is nothing but simply what we can write, 1 by 2 root x, 1 by 2 root x. This is f dash of x. In the same way, you can find the derivative of g. So g dash of x is equal, what we'll get? So g dash of x is nothing but 1 by root x. Sorry, this is g of x, and next g dash of x is equal nothing but, first we can write this is nothing but 1 by x power 1 by 2. When it comes to numerator, it changes to x power minus 1 by 2, and then you can find g dash of x here. So g dash of x is equal, simply d by dx of x power n is nothing but minus 1 by 2 into x power minus 1 by 2 minus 1. So simply what we'll get, minus 1 by 2 into x power minus 3 by 2. So that is minus 1 by 2 by x power 3 by 2. So this is g dash of x. So f dash of x we got it, and g dash of x also we got it. Now, if you observe that, obviously these two functions also obviously derivative exists not. So for that, simply what we'll say that f dash of x and g dash of x exist. F dash of x, g dash of x exist. So simply what we can write, f of x and g of x are derivable or differentiable. F of x and g of x are differentiable on open interval a comma bm. So differentiable on open interval a comma b. And third condition, g dash of x is equal to, simply what we got it, minus 1 by 2 into x power 3 by 2, which is not equal to 0 for all x belongs to open interval a comma b. So there it is, don't confuse. Here it is having a less than b, and that should be a greater than 0 and b greater than 0. You may get doubt. So at 0 this is infinity, no sir. That's why here it is having a should be greater than 0 and b also should be greater than 0. In that case this function is not become infinity. Okay, so for that this is not equal to 0 for all x belongs to open interval a comma b, and then there it is having. Now we need to find verification. So simply what we can write, thus f of x and g of x satisfies all the conditions of Cauchy's mean value theorem. F of x, g of x satisfies all the conditions of Cauchy's mean value theorem. Cauchy's mean value theorem. So for that, simply what we can do it, now we need to go for verification. So if we go for verification, here it is having, so verification, what we can do it, so f dash of c by g dash of c is equal f of b minus f of a by g of b minus g of m, right? F of b minus f of a by g of b minus g of a, g of b minus g of a. So here it is, f dash of x is nothing but what we got it. So f dash of x is nothing but, here it is having what we calculated. Let us see that. So here f dash of x is 1 by 2 root x, and this is minus 1 by 2 x power 3 by 2. So f dash of x is nothing but 1 by 2 root x, and g dash of x is equal to, here it is having minus 1 by 2 into x power 3 by 2. So this is g dash of x. Now you can substitute all these things. F dash of c is nothing but simply what we can substitute, 1 by 2 root c by minus 1 by 2 into c power 3 by 2. So simply what I substituted in place of x and cm. And next f of b is nothing but, what about the function they gave? F of x is nothing but root x. So that's a root b minus root a by 1 by root x is the function g of x. So that is nothing but 1 by root b minus 1 by root a. And now you need to simplify this one. Here it is 2 to both will cancel. And then what we have, 1 by root c is nothing but simply what we can write, c power 1 by 2 by minus 1 by c power 3 by 2 minus 1 by c power 3 by 2. So this is equal root b minus root a by, take LCM here. If you take LCM, simply what will get, root b into root a. And how many times it goes? Root a times it goes, and root b times it goes. And here it is having 1 by c power 1 by 2, 1 by c power 1 by 2 into, and when it comes to this side, this changes to minus c power 3 by 2. Okay, 1 by c power 1 by 2 into c power 3 by 2. So this is equal. Here it is, I take minus as common 1. If you take minus as common 1, root a minus root b by, here it is having as it is root a minus root b by. So simply here root a into root b is nothing but, we can write the formula root ab. And here it is both sides minus minus cancel, and root a minus root b and root a minus root b. So here it is having in the numerator 1 into c by 3, c power 3 by 2, c power 3 by 2, and take this one into numerator. If you take that one into numerator, it changes to c power minus 1 by 2, and this is also comes to numerator. And here it is having simply, you can a power m into a power n. Simply we can write 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2. This is equal to root abm. So here it is, if you take LCM, 2 is the LCM, and 3 minus 1, so this is equal to root ab. So here it is having c power 3 minus 1 is nothing but 2 by 2 is equal root ab. 2 both will cancel. So it's equal, simply what we got it, root ab. So is this belongs to open interval a comma b or not? Obviously. Why? Because you can take any values, a less than b and a greater than b. So here it is, I am taking 2 comma 4, suppose. Okay. So 2 comma 4 is nothing but 2 into 4 is nothing but root 8. Right? Root 8 is nothing but 2 root 2. right? 2 into root 2 is nothing but 1.414. So this is that is nothing but 2 point some 828, like this will get. So is this lies in the interval 2 comma 4 or not? 2 comma 2.828 is obviously lies in the interval 2 comma 4. So for that, C is lies between A and B. C lies between A and B naught. So this is the solution of f of, hence simply what we can write, Cauchy's mean value theorem is verified. Hence Cauchy's mean value theorem is verified. Yes, geometric progression. C is geometric progression of A and B. This is okay. There it is having arithmetic progression, and this is geometric one. Okay. Hence Cauchy's mean value theorem verified. That step we can write here. Let us see the next problem. Here it is having verify Cauchy's mean value theorem. Cauchy's mean value theorem for the function for the function f of x is equal to x square plus 3 f of x is equal to x square plus 3 and g of x is equal to x cube plus 1, x cube plus 1 in the interval 1 comma 3, the interval 1 comma 3. So this is the one we got. So this is the these are the functions they give. The two functions are obviously algebraic functions, polynomials, nothing but, and obviously we can write that is continuous one. So f of x is equal, the given functions are x square plus 3 and g of x is equal to x cube plus 1, right? And the given interval is, the given interval is the given interval is, here it is having f dash of f. What is the interval? Just we are comparing the given interval with a comma b, that is nothing but 1 comma 3. That is simply what we can write. Here it is having a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 3m. So clearly f of x and g of x, f of x and g of x are continuous. You can substitute any values between 1 and 3. You may get finite one or not. So our continuous functions in the interval 1 comma 3. And next we need to find the derivatives, right? F dash of x is equal. So here it is having x square derivative is nothing but 2x and 3 is a constant, the derivative becomes 0. And next g dash of x is equal to x cube derivative is 3x square and the derivative of 1 is 0. So simply clearly f dash of x and g dash of x existed. So for that simply what we can write, f of x and g of x are differentiable, are differentiable differentiable on open interval a comma b. So here it is a comma b is nothing but 1 comma 3. So and next the third condition is nothing but g dash of x is equal to, what about g dash of x? We got it 3x square. Is this equal to 0 for any value between 1 and 3? You can substitute any value. 1 and 3 is nothing but 1.5, 1.6, 1.9. Any value you can substitute here. So if you substitute here, obviously you never get 0, right? So g dash of x is not equal to 0. So simply what we can write, thus f of x and g of x, thus f of x and g of x are satisfied, or satisfy the conditions of Cauchy's mean value theorem, or satisfies the conditions of Cauchy's mean value theorem. So three conditions are satisfied. So for that simply we need to do verification now. So verification here it is having. So what are the conditions we have to take? Verification. So we have to choose the condition. What is the condition we are going to choose now? F dash of c by g dash of c is equal Here it is having f of b minus f of a by g of b minus g of a. F of b minus f of a by g of b minus g of a. So here it is f dash of x is nothing but already we calculated 2x. So f dash of c is nothing but simply what we need to substitute in place of x as c naught. 2c by 3c square. So why? Because g dash of c is nothing but 3x square. In place of x we substitute c. And f of d is nothing but here it is having, what about f of x here? X square plus 3. So in that first we know that the value of d. So what about b here? B is equal to 3 and a is equal to 1. F of 3 minus f of 1 by g of 3 minus g of 1. We have to calculate separately this, right? So here it is having 1c and 1c cancel. And then what we'll get? 2 by 3c is equal 2 by 3c is equal. So here it is having what we substituted, f of 3 minus f of 1 by g of b minus g of a, g of 3 minus g of 1. First we need to calculate these values, right? Since f of x is equal, what we know that the function f of x is equal to x square plus 1, right? And g of x is equal to what they give? X cube plus f of x is equal to x square plus 3, not 1. And g of x is equal to nothing but x cube plus 1. And here it is having, I require f of 3 and f of 1, g of 3 and g of 1. So f of 3 is equal and f of 1 is equal. So first we can substitute in place of x as 3. So 3 square plus 3 is nothing but 9 plus 3 is nothing but 12. And then next, f of 1 is nothing but 1 square plus 3. So 1 square is 1. So this simply we get it as 4m. In the same way, you can calculate g of 3 and g of 1. So g of 3 is nothing but here it is having 3 cube plus 4. So 3 cube plus 1. So 3 cube is nothing but 27 plus 1, 28. And g of 1 is nothing but 1 cube plus 1. So this is equal to 2. So got all the values or not? Now you can substitute all those values in this one. So if you substitute in that, simply what we'll get? 2 by 3c is equal. 2 by 3c is equal to, here it is having f of 3 is nothing but what I got it? 12 I got it, minus f of 1 is nothing but 4 by f3 g of b is nothing but 28 minus g of 1 is nothing but 2. And then what we'll get? 2 by 3c is equal. So 12 minus 4 is nothing but 8. And this is nothing but simply what we'll get? 26. So 26 we got it. And from this I need the value of c. So here it is having simply what we can write. So here it is. So cross multiply that one. If we cross multiply that, simply what we'll get? 2 into 26 is equal to 8 into C. I require C value. So here it is having 2 into 26 is nothing but 2, 6, 12, and this is 50, right? And this is 24C. And then C is equal. So here it is 52 by 24. 52 by 24. So four table, here it is having 4 ones and 4 threes. And this 6. So 13 by 6. So this is C is equal 13 by 6. So 13 by 6 is nothing but. So is this lies in the interval or not? So this belongs to 1 comma 3 or not? So this is the given interval. So 13 by 6 is nothing but 2 point, right? So 2.1 like that you'll get. So 2.1 obviously is this inside of this interval or not? Yes. So further simply what we can write? Hence Cauchy's mean value theorem is verified. Hence Cauchy's mean value theorem is verified. Okay, so like this we have to write. So verification, first you need to check the conditions. After that you need to do verification. If it is lies in the interval, we'll say that verified. If not, not verified. Okay.